Welcome to Storytime with Patti, where imagination is our tour bus through reality, and everything in the universe has a story. Come, sit by the fire. Hi, and welcome back to episode 3 of Storytime with Patti. This episode is called Fatty Patty's Adventures in Dietland. I thought that I would have a little fun with this. I wanted to particularly have fun with something that's been a shadow of mine for many, many years, since the beginning of my life. So I wanted to kind of tell my story, tell the story of where it all began. And recently I did a talk at a local at a health conference, and they had wanted me to talk about at the beginning of the year, talk about, diet trends. And I was like, oh God, how do I talk about this? Can't I just talk about nutrition? I would be more comfortable. Dieting is something that I've been an absolute failure at. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? I think that's how I'm going to begin my talk, that I am a diet failure. So and that just kind of broke the ice and made my talk so much easier and so much more enjoyable for everyone. So I think that I have learned facing my shadows is really kind of the work to now, today. And that's kind of why I'm doing this. So, dieting. I am a diet failure, and I'm going to tell you the story of where it all began for me. So I went on my very first diet when I was 2 months old. Yes, indeed. The doctor had decided that I was gaining weight too quickly and instructed my mother to take me off of breast milk and put me on skim milk.
Oh, I'm starving.
So that was my very first diet. And when I was speaking to this group of people at the community center in January, that was one of the things that I joked about, that I think that I am still dealing with the trauma of that even to this day in my life, that had a very, very big impact on me, to be put on my very first diet when I was 2 months old and to be put on skim milk. Now doctors will not do that now. They'll not do a lot of things that they used to do then. So that was my very first diet. So from the time that I was young, I was a child who gained weight very, very quickly. I was also really athletic, very active. I was out there climbing trees and playing with the boys and playing sports and doing all kinds of activities that my sisters didn't do, but they were the ones who wore the two-piece bathing suits, not me. So that was always something that was a struggle for me from the time that I was very young. So I have spent my life on and off diets. So my next trauma happened around puberty, when I went on a diet in the summer. And I think I was trying Weight Watchers, and I was exercising every day, and I lost some weight. Now, my sisters were away at camp when I was doing this, and when they returned, I was probably 10 pounds lighter. I was young, so 10 pounds was actually a lot. This caused a great deal of jealousy on their part, which kind of blindsided me because I didn't know that my sisters would be so cruel to me, because I had a waist and breasts, and I actually had a little bit of a figure. And so there was the message, if you lose weight, people you love might hate you. So that was another kind of trauma, or a lesson that kind of got tucked away. So as the years went on, I tried all kinds of diets. I tried Weight Watchers, I tried Jenny Craig, I did Diet Center for a while, and had a fair amount of success with Diet Center because of a couple of things. One, I met with somebody every week, and two, they gave you these wonderful little supplements that you took that were so loaded with B12 and niacin that it was like I'm kind of high right now, and I'm feeling really good. So towards the end, I was going to the meetings just to get my fix. So that was okay, but overall, it didn't work out. And the thing is that 90 to 95% of the people who go on diets, like for instance on New Year's, when we're all making those resolutions, fail because diets don't work. And yet we are kind of programmed to think that that's what we need to do. And that's actually not really healthy. So, one of the things that I'm dealing with now that I'm older, if you've been on a diet, on and off diets during your life, then chances are as you get older, it's going to be more and more difficult to lose weight. And so that's kind of the conundrum that I find myself in at this point, in my life. So, and I've also tried different lifestyles. Like I've tried being a vegetarian, I've tried being a vegan, I've tried keto, I've tried paleo, and all of those have certain advantages, but not everybody is cut out to be a vegetarian or to be a vegan or to be keto or paleo. As much as folks say being a vegetarian or vegan is more spiritually evolved, not everybody can do that. And so, in that kind of form of eating has become, in my opinion, really dogmatic. I've learned that we can't hate ourselves thin. We can't punish ourselves thin. We can't abuse ourselves thin or neglect ourselves thin or deprive ourselves thin. Healing these places and loving ourselves, having the courage to love ourselves into the bodies that we want takes time because healing takes time. Healing is not something that was a week or a weekend. It actually is a process. It takes time. And so the question I ask myself and the question that I'd like to leave with you is, do I love myself enough to take the time to heal?